Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? Recently, Animation Week UK released an interview with OLM, which is the animation studio that produces and animates every single series and films of the Pokemon and Yokai Watch franchise. So pretty much everything you've ever seen on TV that has anything to do with Yokai Watch or Pokemon, it's all thanks to OLM. So in this interview, they sat down with the production team of Pokemon at OLM, and they talked about their efforts to transition into 2D digital production from working on paper. For those of you who are wondering, pretty much 99% of Japanese anime is still initially drawn by hand, with no in-between animations simulated by a computer. For those of you who wonder why Western animation looks so different than anime, it's because Western animation is what we call full animation, where characters and the camera are always actively moving on the screen. Whereas Japanese animation is what we call limited animation, where the majority of scenes have still camera movement and focuses on more subtle movements of characters. 2D digital production has been long used by Western animation studios in pretty much every series we see on TV, such as Family Guy, Archer, tons of Disney movies, SpongeBob, etc. So why is Pokemon looking to transition to using 2D digital production when it seems like their previous productions, especially X and Y, looked absolutely fantastic before? First of all, 2D digital production allows for much more dynamic camera work, which can breathe life into otherwise static scenes. And for series like Pokemon and Yokai Watch, where there can be a ton of fight scenes in each episode, these action scenes would definitely look a whole lot better. And most importantly, those seemingly high-budget action sequences we seem to only get in the Pokemon or Yokai Watch movies should start to appear in the anime more often as well, because it's a whole lot easier to make in 2D digital production. Saying that Pokemon's entirely new style is simply because of their change to 2D digital production would be wrong, because only about 10% of their team is currently drawing digitally. But in an industry where typically there are no digital drawing teams in large format production teams, and with the producer of Pokemon being on top of the 2D digital production movement at OLM, there are definitely influences on the style so that they can make use of the new tools at hand. Ash looks a lot goofier than he did in the past because they've simply gone for a more lighthearted feel to the series. Rounder faces and a wider range of facial emotions match the animation style that is driven by more motion than ever before. We will see less and less static scenes as the team improve their skills on the digital front, which I think will give a huge boost in quality to the series' weekly episodes. There are other issues of fully digital production, where the lines of characters look too robotic compared to hand-drawn lines, where there's a sort of organic unevenness to the lining. But they have pretty much solved it in a month to achieve the perfect line in 2D digital production. They are not trying to change the style of Japanese animation to Western style, but by utilizing digital production, they hope to improve on their current workflow and achieve better quality. What does this mean for the viewers though? Pokemon and Yokai Watch will probably be the first anime to become available in 4K or whatever high resolution becomes the next standard, because digital production allows them to scale their work up infinitely as long as their machines render them on time. Other pros to working with digital, as mentioned in the article, include the possibility to check the movements of the material that is drawn with the timing that is mapped on a timesheet. It is not possible to check the timing in traditional production with paper, so this is more convenient than before. Using a complete digital drawing production would also enable the possibility of working with talent overseas, which is very hard at the moment because of issues with salaries, visas, and so forth. And as we all know, there's tremendous talent all over the world for animation. By moving to a digital production, anime production companies may finally start to open doors to animators living in the West. Which means for those of you who want to work in the anime industry, who have no option to move to Japan, this dream may finally become possible. Having said all that, for those of you who are still worrying, I don't think they will change Yokai Watch's art style to Sun and Moon's style. Using 2D digital production does not mean they need to use this art style. They are simply experimenting with a style they think works best with the current series and with their new tools available. So, what do you think of Pokemon and possibly Yokai Watch's new direction in their animation? Let us know in the comments below. Follow Tokyosaurus on Twitter and Facebook for Japanese culture tweets and updates, and for more about the latest things people are talking about in Japan, don't forget to check out our channel and subscribe so you can get your daily fix of Japan right in your inbox. Thank you for watching and see you next time.